Well. Good morning, West Ham fans. Is it all change at the academy? Well, a very good Saturday to you, my friends. Keep an eye on the channel, keep an eye on the socials. We may well be doing the scavenger hunt today, or we might do it tomorrow. Probably doing it today. So keep an eye on the channel for that, where we will be distributing a couple of these beauties. West Ham locations, West Ham related locations. Where could we be? Who knows? And that's in association with our friends at Alloy Collectors. But talking about maybe where I'm going to be going today, possibly, it does seem there's all change at the academy, as the club have announced all the staffing merry-go-round that is associated with the academy every year. Obviously, we've had the situation now where, not the situation, but the announcement of 9 new scholars, new full-time scholarships. Obviously, we brought a couple of guys in, one from Man United, David Bulagon, and sorry, Majid Bulagon, and we brought in David Chigueda from Man City. My boy, Aegis Golombekis, he's got there. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be good, and I'm telling you. But it seems there's been a bit of a merry-go-round with the staffing as well. So let's. What's that one? Anyway, let's tell you what's happened. So the academy, led by sporting director Mark Noble. That's the vision. Underneath him, we have academy manager Kenny Brown, and they will continue to develop a succession of fantastic academy players who could make it to the first team. I think you'll see a lot more of that happening this year. Then below that, you've got Kalam Munurik. Now, he played for Man United, I think, as a young professional, and a former Mauritius international himself. He's now been appointed to the head of coaching and player development. He had previously held the position of academy coach development since 2018, so it's just a slight. So he's just added the play a bit. Now under 8. Now let's work backwards. Let's go to under 21s. Under 21s. Obviously, Mark Robson was towards sort of the latter half of last year, was drafted into the first team as part of the coaching setup under the previous regime. He's now returned to be Academy under 21s lead coach, and he'll be working closely with the under 21 coaches Potsy and what's his name, Gerard Prenderville. So they'll be leading, hopefully, another successful year for the under 21s. They finished second in the Premier League 2 regular season, got to the quarterfinals of the playoffs, and got to the last 16 of the EFL Trophy and semi-finals of the Premier League International Cup. So Mark's dropped back into the 21s. He's going to be headed up with Potsy and Gerard. Now, under 18s. Under 18s was headed up by Kevin Keane. Kevin Keane has moved from his role as under 18 league coach. He'll now be, his new role is lead professional development phase coach, which basically means that he'll be overseeing development of players from 17s to 21s. So almost like slightly above the 21s and 18s. He'll be looking at more of a holistic across that, making sure that the pathway from the 17s to the 21s is as smooth as possible and people are being moved up and down as required. So bit of a promotion for him, I'd say, rather than just concentrating on the 18s. He's now looking to oversee that, which is great. In terms of the over 18s, now obviously there's a space there. Loris Coggin, he's going to be lead coach for the under 18s. He joined the academy as foundation phase coach in 2016, moved to development the youth development phase in 2018, and he was actually assistant coach to the under-18s already. So he's promoted to the lead coach. He's going to be assisted by Zavon Hines. Zavon Hines, he's been working with under-14 since the last 4 or 5 years. He's now been promoted up to the under-18s, which is great news for him, which is absolutely brilliant. The young goalkeepers also be well supported, long-serving academy, sort of head of academy coaching, goalkeeper coaching, I think his role is, and under-21 coaching coach. Billy Lepine, he's going to be there. He's still there. Dan Hill, he is under-18s goalkeeper coach. And Mark Phillips, friend of the channel, long-serving academy coach. He will continue his role as academy transition and pathways manager. So basically, he'll be Nobes' number 2 in terms of that pathway, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit of jiggery pokery around, but I think it's great. And again, what I like about it is there's a lot more West Ham people in that upper echelon area, in terms of that whole development from the pathway. You've got Nobes, you've got Kenny, and you've got Mark Phillips. You've got 3, obviously, two ex-players, and Mark, who's West Ham through and through as well. And then you've got Kevin underpinning that as well, sort of getting the pathway from into the 21s, and then Mark and Mark Robson as well, taking them on to hopefully the next stage. So a lot of moving parts, but I think it's really gonna pay dividends. And as we know, one of the criteria for when we were looking for the next first team head coach was progressing youth players and working with youth players and bringing them through from the academies into the first team. And we're going to be doing everything we can as the academy to ensure there is a continual supply of players who could step up. Obviously, next is, can they step up, but have the potential to step up? As I said, I've been through, obviously we've got George, Kaylen's involved with the first team now in a lot better capacity. Lewis Orford played a half in the friendly. You had Freddie Potts played a half as well. You had Gideon Kadoa, who was playing right wing back. It's going to be interesting to see what happens against Dagenham and Redbridge later on today, whether Gideon gets more game time there. Gideon's more of he's an attacker by trade, can play midfield. So it'd be interesting to see if it's an experiment or it's shit, we haven't got anyone there. We'll put Gideon there for the time being. That would have been a role I think Dan Chesters would have had if he hadn't been released. And obviously now he's at Salford City permanently. Then underneath them, you've got the likes of, you've got Michael Forbes, who's on loan at Bristol Rovers now. We've got the likes of, Louis Zhao, who's probably going to be going on loan. Ollie Scarles, who's very much back in the fold. Obviously, he's had a major back problem, which curtailed basically the whole of last season for him. Julian Robinson as well, the right wing back. I really think he was training with the side in Austria, but it wasn't. He was training with the side at Rush Green. Didn't go to Austria, I don't think. But he would have played. I would have liked to have seen, to be honest, play, because he's ready made for that Gideon role that he was playing. You've got Callum Marshall, you've got Sean Moore, you've got PK, Patrick Kelly, you've got the likes of Josh Ajala on the peripherals as well. You've got Cam Schweier, who's going to probably go on loan to Gillingham by the sounds of it. And then below that, you've got, the likes of Edris Golombekis, Chigueda, Bulligan. The future is very, very bright. And it seems we're getting the right people in the right chess pieces in the right position to make sure we have the best opportunity and the players have the best coaching and the best mentoring from ex-players in terms of what it takes to be a West Ham player. So we maintain that, and I think genuinely with the whole Lopetegui setup as well, it's very much about a them and us mentality. It talks about bringing the noise. I love that expression. So I'm excited, and these pieces in the puzzle are all funneling these players now. It seems that we're funneling them into the pathway. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have a great rest of the day. Keep it on the channel socials, as I said. And take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith. Come on, you irons.